Hey y'all, good morning. Let's see if I can get these monitors a little closer together. How's everybody on this rainy Friday? Social studies. We have it once a week. So it's a little tough when you have kind of a unit that you have to really dissect. What we've been talking about is World War II. And the complicated thing about World War II is that the whole world was involved. The whole world. Um, But the way we're going to dissect it is to talk about how it began, what took place during the war and how it ended, and our involvement, the American involvement, and also what took place domestically. So I've found a PowerPoint slide that just took that whole segment, the whole not segment, the whole analysis of the war, how it began, the battles that took place, when we decided to come in, how it ended, and what was going on at home, and how Americans participated both on the battlefield and how what we did at home. Basically, the whole attention of the country was turned to the war effort, and then also how different groups made big contributions. Women and what were considered to be minorities at that time made huge contributions, and also how some people suffered, ethnic groups in this country, because of who they were. So we're going to start with this PowerPoint presentation. Just going to go into the beginning, and then we'll work through this worksheet, just talking about the beginning. It's an important topic on the task. You're going to see it in some shape or form. So while I have these worksheets um, in your notebook, write the answers or print off the worksheet if you can. Uh, you can do it any number of ways, but take notes. But make sure you take notes on the main points, which I'm trying to talk about. And just again, it's so much. It's a huge unit. So I'm trying my best to find a way to break it down into chunks we can digest instead of big hunks of meat, right? So let us get started on the beginning. I'm going to take a look at this PowerPoint presentation. And, oh, okay. You didn't want to share. So I'm going to bring it over here. And it is, let me open it with Google Slides. Please make a nice Please make a nice conversion. It was formatted, but not in Google. Give it a moment. We got a new computer system. Yeah. Uh, view. Full screen. Okay. Let's take a look. This isn't exactly how I wanted it to look, but so World War II. This is not really full screen. Let me try again, because when I converted it to Google, it's not giving me the big page that I wanted. We'll try it again. Give it a second. Uh-huh. Oh, you're not letting me. Okay. There we go. The road to the war. We had a rise of dictators. And what are dictators? They are leaders who control their nations by force. They promised a better life and a better future to humiliate and depress people. And remember, after the war, Germany had been beaten to a pulp after World War I. In Italy, they had a dictator named Benito Mussolini. He was called El Duce, the leader. The Dutch, the Duke, El Duce, the Duck. I'm sorry, the Duke. And he had a fascist philosophy regarding government in which he was a racist, and he felt that Italians were far superior, particularly Romans, because Rome was the so-called birthplace of civilization for Europe. And his party gained control and forced out the king of Italy. So we have Mussolini. He then invaded Ethiopia, and then the League of Nations, which consisted of other European nations, decided they would not sell weapons to him. And this is Benito Mussolini. Then we had Germany. We had Adolf Hitler, who wrote a book called My Struggle. And after he saw how Italy had been beaten severely after World War I, and he was a nationalist in the German Workers' Party, but he started thinking about how Germany could become great again. He hated Jewish people. He believed that he was a member of what was called an Aryan race, or a pure white race, when the Aryans were actually people who were from the area known as Iran. They were Persians. Those are true Aryans or Caucasians. He believed in totalitarian rule, that a single party and its leader can put down all opposition, and he believed in controlling every aspect of the people's lives, what they said, what they ate, where they went, who they hung out with. And in Germany, there was a Night of the Long Knives, also known as Operation Hummingbird, in which he killed at least 85 members of the opposition party. And then there was also a night called the Crystal Night, the Night of Broken Glass, where they destroyed synagogues. He attacked the Jewish business district. 91 people were killed, 30,000 Jews were arrested, 1,000 synagogues and 7,000 businesses were destroyed during the Crystal Nacht. And this is little Adolf. And that's a picture of the Jewish district after it had been vandalized. Propaganda. What is propaganda? Coming out of Japan. Japan emperor's name was Hirohito. He invaded a part of China. He went on through northern China, and then he signed a deal with Italy and Germany saying, hey, I'm doing this thing over here. I ain't gonna bother you. You don't bother me. And as you know, what Germany and Italy were trying to do, well, Hirohito was trying to do the same in Japan. They all believed that they came from superior ethnic groups and that they all wanted to rule the world. And here is Hirohito. And so he just began snapping up little islands. He went into China. He took Korea. He was just like, I'm doing my thing over here. He was a bad guy. And Russia, meanwhile, had Joseph Stalin, who murdered his opposition. He sent millions of Russians to do hard labor in Siberia, which is northern Russia, which is very cold and harsh conditions. And he reorganized the economy by forcing people onto government-owned farms. So nothing you had belonged to you. It all belonged to the government. And what did US do at this time? We're like, again, my name is Paul. I ain't with y'all. My name Bennett. I ain't in it. Okay. We're just like, hey, all this is happening over there. We're over here trying to do our own, mind our own, whatever, whenever. So we passed something called the Neutrality Act, saying that we would not sell weapons to nations at war. And we would only allow trade to nations that could pay cash and take it themselves. We weren't bringing anything anywhere. We weren't selling it anywhere, but on our own land. You come get it, you pay for it. You haul it away. There's Stalin. So here was our philosophy. If you look at the first cartoon, and it says neutrality and old man in the sea, but they're hauling stuff off and it says aid that will win. Well, we said we're not selling stuff for you when you're at war, but that's what, we wouldn't sell weapons, but we'd sell other things so that you could be strong enough to fight a battle. And then this cartoon says peace on earth, goodwill toward men, but we're going to sell war guns, orders filled promptly. And then this final one, we're just sitting, John. And meanwhile, Europe is burning down. So Germany gets ready to do their thing. They take Austria, this little piece of, oh my God, I have to tell you where Sudetenland is, and Rhineland. And what we do is we decide to appease Germany by saying, just don't bother this part and we'll let you do you. And so they decided, cool. And we're cool with Russia right now because we want Poland. So here is Germany. This is what they took, part of Czechoslovakia, the Sudetenland. And here they took Austria. They took this part of Rhineland. They are trying to, and now they want Poland. And as you can see, all of this, they want to become Germany. And then the war begins. So that's where we're going to stop today with that part. But I do want to look at the questions that I have for you. And you're going to do them on your own, see how far you can get. I just want to show you the worksheet. As always, you've got what? An answer key. But here we go with some of these leaders. And you're going to match them first with the countries they led. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Hopefully you know him. Winston Churchill, Joseph Stalin, Benito Mussolini, Hideki Tojo. Tell me where these people came from. And then you have some terms: appeasement, fascism, blitzkrieg, and Lend-Lease Act. Tell me the best you can about what these things are, and then what these, we didn't go into battle and attack on Pearl Harbor, Battle of France, invasion of Poland. Actually, hold off on it because we didn't really get more into it. We're going to have to do that next week. So just hang on to that. And as I said, make some notes. Tell me about Germany, Japan, Italy, Poland, and Germany, Japan, Italy, Poland, and what the United States was doing. If you can tell me that in up to the war, till war is actually declared, you will have grasped this section beautifully. So that is it for today, and have a wonderful weekend. It's going to be a rainy one. It's still summer. The sun shines on us all. Everyone, take care. Goodbye.